Hello and welcome, this is Mercenary, and we're back with some more BattleTech, and we're picking up right where we left off in the last video. So we only have one more mech still left to go, and I think our best move here is just to reserve. Actually, that's not true, we have glitch as well. Okay, they're continuing to hit. See, that was a mistake to hit here. I should have looked at what the damage was for a Yagermech punching, and made my decision based off of that, rather than, because I could have probably killed him if I had fired my weapons. Alright, thankfully this guy's not going to get close enough, so I'm not paying for that too much. But yeah.
Receiving you.
We'll go ahead and finish off the quick draw that should already be dead. Oh, and of course I like hit even a part that we didn't really want to hit. I think we're still okay on ammo. Maybe I'll turn off the AC5 just to save us a little bit on heat. And we'll go after that center torso to try and get the... yeah, say that. I should probably have gone after the legs. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't know if I necessarily care to get a...
Mech warriors, show them what you got.
Alright. I am somewhat curious how they had vision of me. I guess if you're on your back and somebody's up in your face, you can see them. Alright, well I'm not going to have vision here.
Good to go.
So I might as well move. To get a little closer. Potentially. I don't know if there's a really that great of a spot for me to move, though. Trying to see where the dots are. Sometimes, you know, honestly, I think we just stay here. Doesn't really benefit me to move. So I'm just gonna maintain the brace.
Got it.
And we'll just wrap around. Okay. Reserve. Now the enemy should definitely not have vision of me. Reserve again. I think it's just vehicles at this point, although it's hard to tell. I mean, they have a lot of things on the heavy scale. There's a lance of something, whether it be vehicles or mechs, not sure. In this case, we have 3 vehicles that we know about, and a mech was our initial target. The secondary lance, the reserves, I don't know what they are. So this guy up here is this, so I think we're more or less free to move and get our vision. I may use vigilance here. I'll aim like this because it seems like that's where the fire is mostly coming from, is over this way. Maybe we'll get things on our sensors because they can't be that far away. There we go. So, a couple mechs. Use vigilance. I don't think we're going to get any data on them, but we know that there's 2. Save the AC-20. Although we have 14 shots. I'll take the shot. It's a demolisher, I'm not too surprised.
Copy that.
Okay, it landed. I think this is another demolisher. Okay. Got glitch. At the moment, the only target we have is that demolisher. We do something to rectify that. Well, honestly, I don't know if there is anything we could do to rectify that, so I think we just go ahead with this attack.
Roger that. Firing on target.
Well, some of that damage is unnecessary, but that's okay.
Hot damn. Let's
Probably the AC-10 hit contributed to that. We probably hit the same spot. I'm sorry, AC-10, AC-20. If I was running a scout here, we'd be able to get a sensor lock of the demolisher, but I'm not, so we won't. Might as well just save my morale. We'll, we need to get some of this heat off anyway, so it's good to have a turn where we don't fire our weapons. Okay, and then Jalopy's not going to have a target.
Yes,
You may want to back off, though, because this Demolisher is getting close. Just back up a little. That should be good.
Copy that.
And brace. Okay, at this point, reserving makes the most sense, especially as we know they have a lot of things that are heavy. I'm going to guess all four of the mechs, I'm guessing it's a mech lance, are going to be heavies. Have any info on that, or that, or that. This is kind of where you run into a situation where you wish you had a scout. Because the only way that I have of getting vision now is by face checking the enemy, more or less.
Commander.
With the Yager mech here. I don't think that Demolisher is going to be able to get to me, so we're fine doing this move. I'll go ahead and use Vigilance, because definitely the Yager mech is going to be the one that's in harm's way, so... Alright, what do we got in front of us? We have a Grasshopper, we have another Grasshopper, and we have a Catapult, which looks like the standard version of a Catapult. Alright, so these are all full armor. Grasshoppers are going to be kind of hard to take down. They have decent armor. The Catapult out of this group is going to have the lowest armor, so probably the best target for us. We could multi-fire here, though, just to try and burn through the evasion. I may save the AC-20 shot. We'll just go A, B, C, turn off the AC-20 entirely, because it's not a great shot. Although we do have quite a bit of chance. You know what? Screw it. You're going to be C. So we need one medium laser at A, one at B, and then we'll do the others at C. This is, you know, burn through evasion if we can. I'm hoping the AC-20 shot does land, but, you know, guard on all these mechs, so... And it's not going to really matter that much, but... Alright, let's fire.
Copy that.
So A, just to burn through that evasion. B, just to burn through the evasion. Fortunately, the AC-20, what we want to hit, didn't land, but we landed the medium laser, so it's some damage. Demolisher can't make up its mind on where it wants to go. Probably won't be seeing that. There was a possibility if I jumped my Shadowhawk up there, I might have been able to see it, but not going to happen now.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, let's go ahead and split that fire. Okay. I think how we do this... Well, let's start with Jalopy, actually.
Orders.
You should be able to hit all three. Alright. I think I'm going to make you A, and that's going to be the AC-5. You're going to be B. You're going to be... C is going to be the higher damage. And then B is going to be that one. So that's what we're going to go for. And we will burn through the last of the evasion with this. So B. Alright, fire.
Multiple enemies locked in.
A little bit of damage there. Now, of course, we're spreading damage this way, but we're doing the maximum damage, so it's more damage efficient. I feel like that Jagerback's gonna get really beat up in the next turn.
I hear ya.
Alright, now we'll give Glitch the shot. And the catapult will be an easier target here. Alright, so which of these guys do we want to go after? I feel like we've damaged them pretty equally. So... I guess it doesn't necessarily matter. I guess I'll go after this one, though. This one might have taken slightly more damage. So, you're going to be A, you're going to be B, and then B is going to be the other M20. Alright, let's fire away.
Uh-huh.
Good damage there. But these are heavy mechs, so it's going to take a little bit of work. But we've got good long range, so that's not too bad. We should also be able to beat these guys initiatively. Okay. Fortunately, I can't get close enough to make a difference at the moment. I'm not sure if this rock would block line of sight or not, but if it doesn't, we could always guard up and protect ourselves that way. Trying to see what would be the best placement there. I think here. But yeah, I'm not sure this is going to block line of sight, especially as they're kind of up a hill. I'm not getting a lot of evasion if I do that, though. I'm going to go ahead and move here instead. This is more likely going to block the shot. We get a little bit more evasion. I could probably just move there and get just about as much evasion. Yeah. Not quite as much, but we run a lot cooler this way, so in that regard, we'll do it. Yeah, see, it's not that big of a rock that we're hiding behind. Fortunately, I just don't have that kind of cover here. Alright, serve.
Affirmative. Ow! I'm hit.
Now, unfortunately, we do not have cockpit armor on this mech. So, we're going to take damage like that. Looks like the catapult has that that one ability, so let's multi-target here. And we're going to hit all these people, so doing the most damage here. I'll just sling the AC5 here, so A, B, C, and B. Alright, fire away.
Engaging multiple targets.
I don't know if this is really going to do anything that meaningful, but we were probably going to do something like this anyway. So, although if I had waited and somebody had dropped their guard, we might have been able to do a bit more focus fire and do all that damage on one mech. Alright, hopefully the Yager mech can hang on. This is the thing giving us vision right now. Okay, my mech is not in line of sight, so it's best we wait. And we could go with Behemoth now.
Orders.
Not really a reason not to, because firing, we would still get our guard up. So, in this case, let's just hit the grasshopper here as hard as we can. Okay. We landed with the AC-10, that's what matters. AC-10, AC-20. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Not sure what that was all about, but I'm glad you didn't fire at me. Alright, we'll reserve at this point.
Standing by.
Okay, it's an Orion. Whether it has line of sight or not, it should still be able to fire at us. Yeah, okay, the Yager mech's starting to get kind of beat up here to the point.
Oh, I'm gonna need
Another head hit. We may need to start backing off.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Okay. Let's see what our multi-target's going to look like. We may benefit from jumping down and trying to get closer. If I jump as close as I possibly can. Unfortunately, I can't get any of my lasers or anything in. What about if I move normally? How far could we get? Very far. It's one of those things where I almost feel like I'm just better off staying put. Because jumping wouldn't get me any further. But you know what? If they go after me instead of the Maybe this is a little bit closer. They go after me instead of the Yager-mech. Maybe that actually benefits me. So go ahead and jump down.
Uh-huh.
All right, so with this, we're going to multi-target. Or are we? Yeah, I think we should just keep hitting the catapult here. So that's going to be A, and this is going to be B. And B is going to be the other M20. Maybe we can knock the grasshopper down.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, critical hit.
So if this doesn't knock down, I was going to say, if this doesn't knock down the grasshopper, more than likely the follow-up with the Shadowhawk will. Okay. Now, my mech. Going to jump. Get close. I think we just go for the finish on the grasshopper. Although the Orion is a somewhat tempting target. I could precision strike the Orion to lower its initiative. But I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. Let's just try and finish off the grasshopper and get a kill out of this. Now the problem is where we'd have to do that is the center torso, and that part of the mech is not really that heavily damaged. We could take off the other torso section. The mech would still maintain its... I think we burn away 2 of the medium lasers. It still maintain its large laser, and I believe the LRM-5. Oh, the LRM-5 has already been critted out, so... Oh yeah, because the ammo went, probably. Somewhere. Really sure where the ammo for that is. Oh well, it's not able to fire. That's the important thing. So, yeah, we'll go after this torso section. There's a possibility we'll be able to knock it out and burn through a couple of those medium lasers.
All weapons committed.
Or we'll fire all over the place and not really get much accomplished.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Okay, we will be able to hit him again, though, here, with a follow-up, so... Alright, well, at this stage, I think we just go for the kill, then. In theory, we do enough damage to do that, if we're able to consistently land.
All weapons committed.
But, unfortunately, they're all over the place again.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Alright, let's jump out of here. I don't want to give that Demolisher an easy shot, so I'm just going to jump back and away. I'm not going to use Vigilance, even though it may be beneficial, because I may need to back my Yager-mech away. Comes the Grasshopper. I'll take the large laser miss. Then again, we do benefit from just staying put and opening up here. In this case, though, I think we should follow up with Jalopy first. Because we may be able to do significant damage against the catapult. So, I do want to get the finish on the Grasshopper, but this guy's now tempting because he's just a sitting duck, more or less. But why don't we do it this way? I'll go you are A, you are B, and A is going to be the most damaging weapon I can fire, and B is going to be everything else. And we have a fairly good chance of getting that kill now, because there's not a whole lot of health in these torso sections. Okay, let's fire.
Multiple targets confirmed.
Maybe overkill, but just ensure the kill. There we go. That's what we needed, was to reduce the firepower of the catapult. Okay. It was overkill, but that's okay. We didn't know where that AC-5 shot was going to land, so...
One less target.
If it landed in a leg, that wouldn't have gotten the kill. Catapult's going to back off. Still fire at the Yager back here. Yeah, that's starting to look...
I'm wounded.
You...
Reporting major armor loss.
Man, you're kidding me with that. It's like we've gotten a head hit on us every time somebody's fired missiles at us. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to back off as far as I can, but still keep, you know, not allow this Orion to get my back. That would be preferable. Sure, I can move that far back, though, and maintain that. Might be about as good as we get. And I'm going to go ahead and use Vigilance, of course. And then we'll just try and lay into the Grasshopper in my face.
Heading out.
The Orion will still be able to do good damage, but I don't really want these mechs to get so close to me that they'll be able to punch me and then really lay into me. So... okay. Let's try and annihilate this guy.
Acknowledged.
Hey, we took an arm off.
Solid connection on that one.
Alright, here come the missiles to get me in the head again. Hey, we didn't get hit in the head this time.
That shot went internal.
Yeah. The Jagerbek's starting to not do so good. We need to get it out of there as much as possible.
Good to go.
We're gonna jump. Now we did give ourselves vigilance, which will allow us to continue to back off. And I think we should save the morale as well for that. So in this case, I think we focus down the Grasshopper as much as possible. I'm gonna put the Highlander in harm's way just to try and get in there and help out. I may sling a single medium laser just to get that evasion burn down. Yeah, we'll go with that. A, B, and B will just be one of these medium lasers just to get that evasion down. And that should be good for me. Okay, fire away.
Line 'em up and I'll shoot.
We'll do a lot of damage. Also does a lot of stability damage, and we have to consider they have, you know, again, nerf the stability damage, in particular with heavier mechs.
Let's get this done, folks.
Okay. So I think the best move that we have here
Good to go.
is continue left arm. I continue to back up as much as possible, but I still want a shot. And then also give myself vigilance for the future. And then we fire on the Orion, not the Orion, the Grasshopper to try and take it out. Okay, that's, I think, going to be our move. And we'll use vigilance again. The reason why I saved up for that. Heat's kind of getting a little high, so we may have to back off one of our lasers or something, but otherwise we're not doing too bad. No, we can still handle it. If that AC-20 hits, it'll be really important. Okay, there goes another arm. Fortunately, our medium lasers were not as accurate. That AC-20 shot may knock him down.
Heavy damage.
There we go. Always a lot of anticipation on that, whether or not you're going to get the knockdown. I mean, AC-20s do a lot of stability damage, so... okay. I think we're better off waiting with the Shadowhawk, because we did take a lot of damage to our leg. We don't want to continue to take a lot of damage to our leg. So let's reserve. But the good thing here is we now have knocked this grasshopper down in initiative, so we get an opportunity to try and take it out of the fight before it's really a problem. Oh, okay, you're going to go after the Blitzhawk there. That's nice.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
Somewhat surprised that you had vision of me, but okay. Let's go with
Orders.
Jalopy here. And we could go all out on the Orion. What's obscuring my vision here? The building? Okay. It's important to determine that because it could be one of your mechs, and then that obscured vision could cause miss shots to slam into your own guys. I think we just go for this grasshopper attempt to kill him. If we focus on the... If we focus on the center torso, we might get that. Especially with her and her ability to... Well, we'll see. Yeah, we just got a left torso, unfortunately.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
That is going to reduce the weapons still more, though, so that's good. So the main threat to us this turn is going to be the Orion, and it appears to be backing off. Unfortunately, it's still going to fire on my Yager back, doing significant damage. But we'll continue to move the Yager back out of this combat. At this stage, we've taken enough damage that I'm starting to worry about it. I don't want to lose the AC-20 or one of our better weapon systems. I also don't want to take any more pilot injuries. We've taken 3 so far. Okay. I could go, but there's no real point in that. It's possible that this guy will come get me, so that would be my main concern. And the grasshopper could get me as well. The main reason we'd want to go is to prevent the grasshopper from doing anything. So you know what? I'm going to go for it. Let's see if we can do some damage to this grasshopper and take it out of the picture. I don't know how much more damage we have to pour in here, but only 24. So a single medium laser could be all we need.
All weapons committed.
There we go. We got it, but I had to make sure because, you know, sometimes the damage goes all over the place or it misses, so you can't...
Enemy mech destroyed.
And this guy shouldn't be able to do a whole lot. Alright, now it's going to be Glitch.
What can I do for you?
Should have a good shot here. Could move up, though. Get more vision. I am curious. The catapult may be a vulnerable target now, because it did jump.
Coordinates received.
So it moved. It will have decent evasion, but we may be able to do good damage against it. I'm going to use Vigilance. Give me some defense. Because now Glitch is going to take the front line. I'm going to use multi-target. You're going to be A, which is most of the weapons. You're going to be B. And B would just be a single medium laser. Burn through that evasion. Maybe we can take advantage of it with the Blitzhawk. Get some damage and then retreat. Yeah, this is looking good, though. We've already done pretty good damage against the catapult. And the catapult is facing the direction where I'll be able to focus in on it more, too. So that's good.
You get a headshot, and you get a headshot.
Okay, looking bad for the catapult. Now, the Orion will be hard to take out. I think it's the most heavily armored of all the mechs that the enemy had in front of me. So, as a matter of fact, I know it's the most heavily armored. Okay. So, yeah, we are going to fire and retreat here. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to retreat with the heat being what it is, but we'll see what we can do. Now, this isn't going to be enough to really knock the... That should be a non-overheat right here. Far enough away that we're not being seen anymore.
Engaging jump jets.
Now the question I have to ask myself is, do I retreat with the Yagramech, or do I
Warning.
hit?
Heat exceeding recommended level.
Oh, did I take heat damage? Or is it just giving me a warning nonetheless? Alright, we're out of range anyway, so at this point, I think we just sprint away. I don't want to sit in the pocket here and keep getting hit on the Yagramech. I think I've had enough, so we'll just sprint into cover, just in case they get that vision. I don't think they will, but just in case. The Yagramech did its job, and now it's up to the Highlander and the other mechs to finish it. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
So in this case, we're gonna split our shot. You're going to be A, and you're going to be B, and B is going to be all the missiles. We're burning through the cover that this guy has gotten.
Copy that.
And burning through that evasion so that our Highlander can follow up. Okay.
I think I hit something good.
Pretty good damage on the catapult there.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright. I'm fairly certain I can get a kill on this catapult. But I want to fire something at the Orion. So you're going to be A, you're going to be B, and we're going to fire everything but the rifle at the catapult, just to try and get that kill for sure. And we'll also burn through the cover by only firing one weapon.
No problem. I've got enough guns for everyone.
Alright. If the catapult doesn't die to this, I'll be quite surprised. Yeah, we overkilled it by a significant margin.
Yes. And stay down.
Okay, not much left of that mech. And then the Demolisher, which can't make up its mind how to get to me. Alright, so we're going to have to allow the Orion to do its thing first. Just to move up really close. Oh, hello. Interesting. I mean, I'd prefer that not be the case, but didn't end up being that big of a deal. Yeah, that's right. It's not our initiative phase yet. We should be okay to move up now, because we'll beat the Orion to the initiative punch, so nothing really to worry about. And we'll just burn through some of this evasion for our allies. Oh, good. We got a head hit.
Warning. Heat exceeding recommended level.
Now, Jalopy, I'm going to go ahead and do a precision strike here. We should be able to hit with everything. And I'm just going to go straight for the kill. We'll go center torso.
Here it comes.
We got some good accuracy on the center torso, hitting the leg and all over the place, but alright, whatever.
Critical hit, Commander.
Not sure how much the...
Waiting for orders.
You know what, we can get some shots in here, and I don't see a reason why not do so. That Demolisher is unlikely going to be able to get to me. We had a turn to cool off, so we should be good to go. Fire.
Affirmative.
Yeah, the AC-20 hit, so that's going to hurt. Got a knockdown. Yeah, this guy is going to be probably gonzo after the Highlander goes, because the Highlander will be able to dish out a huge amount of damage. Not with the LRM-20. That'll be the only thing we really can't realistically fire here. I could jump
I
back,
hear ya.
give myself that distance. I do have to consider that I have a lot of minimum range reduction as well. So we should be fine at this range.
No sweat.
And we'll be able to just dump our fire into this guy. Still maintains his cover. I'm gonna go for the center torso, as that will more than likely kill. Not mess around here. Yep. Dead and then way over killing him.
Let's hit him hard.
Okay, now all we have to do is get a Demolisher who is having some pathfinding issues. Well, there's no reason to go first.
Standing by.
It'll probably take me a little while, actually, to get into a spot
Affirmative.
to fire on him. Because, again, I don't have sensor lock, which, again, this is... when you don't have it is when you really want it. I just have to make sure I don't put myself into a spot where he can easily get vision on me. In, like, follow-up turns. But in this case, we give ourselves some time to cool off, which is good. We can move forward a little bit.
Coordinates received. What can I do for you?
All right. In this case, I think we're okay to sprint. I would say if it got me into the woods. I'll just jump and brace.
Got it.
I prefer to have the protection. Oh, that's a nice cinematic view.
Yes, Commander.
I forget that we have the space bar function now. I'm going to try that out if it gives me another one of those cutscenes I don't really want to really look at. You can just sit there.
Affirmative.
But you can speed up a lot of the combat by holding in spacebar. There's also an option to just have that on all the time if you feel like the combat's a little too slow, which sometimes it is. I don't mind it as much, but some people that's probably more of a problem. Matter of fact, if I hold it in now, no, it doesn't do anything unless... I guess it's probably one of those cutscenes. Okay. Question is, can I get that line of sight now? It's already moved, so it doesn't really matter.
Engaging
And I'll beat him
objectives.
initiative-wise next turn. Okay, it is a Demolisher. I never saw that it was a Demolisher, but I just knew it was one.
All weapons committed.
Let's see if I hold in spacebar now. No, it doesn't really speed it up, I don't think. Must only be cutscenes. Either that or it's because this is already a campaign in action. Maybe I don't have that feature. I'll have to pay attention more for when there's cutscenes, though. Yeah, holding in spacebar now doesn't seemingly do anything. Or maybe it's not hold in, maybe you just press it, I'm not really sure. I thought it was hold in.
Standing
But
by.
I could be wrong. Go ahead and do our indirect fire here. We have a fairly good chance of killing this guy. There we go.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle eliminated.
That's the last of them, Commander. Let's dust off and go home.
Mission successful.
Alright, so we didn't get any extra reward there. Unfortunately, we have one pilot taking a lot of injuries, but this isn't a normal pilot for us, so it's not the end of the world. We have some mechs that we're going to have to repair. Again, not the end of the world. These are not frontline mechs for us. Okay, salvage time. Do we have any special systems? Oh, heck yeah. LRM 5. Got a leg mod. These don't really throw me too much. Yeah, the pop-ups aren't working. That's weird. They need to fix that. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and pick ourselves up a catapult, because we could get one of those. Okay. We also got a grasshopper part. Isn't bad.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
Ah, the Catapult C1. Just like its namesake, It's good at lobbing large numbers of missiles over terrain without fear of return fire. Surprisingly, it also has not too shabby at closer. Surprisingly, it's also not too shabby at closer ranges in a pinch. Okay, and then experience, blah blah blah. Okay, so we have a catapult, and I think at this stage we get rid of the strike centurion because. Do I still have the trebuchet? Yeah, there's the trebuchet. So that's our backup mech if the Yager mech, our support Yager mech goes down. So, and I don't know for sure. The catapult may take over for the Yager mech, or it may be the backup to that. So now we have two backups for our supports. We don't really need the Centurion around anymore. So that's going to go down to storage. All right, well, I think this is a good point to go ahead and wrap things up, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.